So, while we wait, and I shoot a look at the driver, mind filling us in on what the hell's going on?
Ah, yes, you were not actually there, present to hear my brief explanation. To sum things up for you well, I suppose there is no need. We have all day. Although I'm sure everyone else would be appreciative to rest their heads for but a moment. Essentially, there are no supernaturals in this city besides this group here. This is curious, as supernaturals are hunted down by the angels. This leads us to suspect you are different. Now, there are events happening outside the city that we cannot access, as, well, we can hide under their noses here, but the further out we go, the higher we put ourselves at risk. There are things that we would ask you to look into. Things are breaking faster than we'd like. Given the rate of decay, I suspect we only have 37 years. Although these are just averages and the pattern likely will not hold up.
How long have you been here?
Pauses and thinks for a moment, and 57 since I fell? In the time I've seen major collapse of infrastructure, and this needs to be halted as much as we might like it to fall.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I understand this is a lot that we ask of you at this exact moment, and you have no real need to offer us your help. But unless you have a better plan, eventually we're going to run out of stability.
It would be hard to have a better plan without all of the knowledge already.
Hollis kind of nods at that, agreeing.
The driver kind of retrieves admittedly a notepad. I don't want to say a notebook. It is essentially just a notepad from a pant pocket, and a pen. It is quite simple. We are near the center, and on the fringes of what we believe to be existence here, there is a collection of 12 important nodes of infrastructure. The rest is mostly irrelevant. Now, there are 12 of them. 7 are broken. 1 broke a few days ago. Things are at a halfway point, and things are falling apart quickly. More non-critical infrastructure is going down, which leads to our haste. As much as we would like to see the machine die, I'm not sure what will be left when it does die.
Is there some way to fix this infrastructure that's been broken?
We have no idea. We can't get there. Which is why we ask you to look into it, as you presumably will not be hunted down like us.
Yet.
You... perhaps not by the same people.
We will need to get started quickly, because deterioration usually starts off slow and ramps up in pace. So I would expect your estimates to be high for the amount of time we have left.
Oh, certainly.
And do you know where these things are?
We can give you directions, but what actually lies out there, we have to rely on what the humans speak. And there's a lot of confusion as things get replaced with unpredictable things out there. Here, when a block is replaced, it follows a pattern. We can predict what will show up. There's no predicting what's out there. This, we suspect, also is a result of the infrastructure damage. Inability to accurately project itself, perhaps. It is a tall order, and I suspect you will have to repeat this information when our vampire awakes, but I suppose we do not ask all of you need to do this, although it would probably be safer to travel in number. There is not much more to say, admittedly. I can answer questions, but this is the situation that we are in. We will continue to do as we have done and attempt to monitor the situation in the city proper, but algorithms are suggesting it's not going to be enough.
It's a rather large task to heal a god.
Perhaps not heal.
Simply need to realign it to the point where it can heal itself. Still a very tall task, especially considering the amount of damage. But we predict that even if we can get the amount of critical nodes back to half or above half, this degradation should slow to a point of non-import. The more is fixed, the faster we can fix it.
We're not exactly super qualified to fix things. I feel like I speak for most of us when I say destroying is much more up our alley. I mean, this last night alone, we have like a double-digit body count.
No, it's only 4.
Really? It's like a lot more, to be
It
honest.
was a 2 hunter. No, it's only 3. You only killed the 2 hunters and the 1 Chiron guard.
My
This is the
camera
driver
died.
saying that, right?
Hmm?
This is the driver saying that, right?
Yeah. Yeah, no. You have not caused that much bloodshed.
I do not intend to kill many people, though
The way you acted with my gun suggests otherwise.
That person was an exception. Are you? She looks over to the driver. Are you aware of the kind of being that I am?
You are human, yet broken. This is... I do not believe we have a name for it, but supernatural enough that it would trigger hunting protocols.
The name used where I am from would be Deviant, though it is a name that is patchwork, I suppose would be a word. Word for many things that are very different, though have similar qualities.
So, Tullus kind of speaks up to the driver. So where are you getting your intel? You seem awfully learned about our various natures.
We have been watching since you arrived. Admittedly, your arrival was also anomalous, which caused us to begin watching. Normally, when things are replaced in this city, they are replaced with copies we have seen before. Yours were not, which drew our attention quite quickly.
He kind of pauses and he goes, so that means what for me and my sister? Are we on your list, or...
Not directly. Ghouls, although there's... Thanks for a moment, there's admittedly no cases that I have seen of a ghoul wandering into the city. But even if ghouls are normally hunted, you are not. You were clearly dragged here with your father, and perhaps a remnant of his condition as well. Much as, admittedly, now that I see it, the other mortal here, as he turns to look at Rose. The fact you have been here for so long and have not been replaced is more evidence suggesting anomalous behavior as well.
We've only been here... No, she wouldn't have tone. We've only been here for a few days. Is that particularly long? In this case?
Not on average, but in the case of the not siblings, I guess the siblings, the children of this vampire inside that we for some reason cannot enter the building, have been here for longer, far exceeding the average expectancy.
Tullus goes, you want to know why we can't go in, seriously? Because I have it on 10 to 1 odds that if somebody opens that door, they're probably going to have a shotgun aimed at the top of their head and blowing it off. And whether or not a spirit, which, whatever, I don't know anything about spirits. I'm assuming they don't follow normal rules. Probably doesn't need to worry about such things. However, and he kind of points at Kalmir, guy in fur over there, if he takes one misstep and loses his head, it's gonna be on me.
What would make me lose my head?
So many things. And I was also tasked with collecting these guys, so if one of them gets injured on my watch, guess who pays for it? This guy with 2 thumbs.
I fail to see why you're so worried about mundane traps, but fine, whatever. It's not worth drawing your ire yet.
Speaking of this, you stated these things are a distance from the city.
This they are, yes.
You do already understand the complications that are going to come about with them being located away from areas of sunlight.
What, does your father need to sleep in the same bed every night?
It's not necessarily the same bed, it's the fact that, oh, caught out in an open field.
There are still structures out there. Well, I suppose you are not aware. You have not gone that far. Nevertheless, this is a concern, yes, but not as pressing of a concern to us. You do not need to make a decision now. I will leave you to your duties, as he sort of very quickly, not very quickly, but quickly draws a diagram on the notepad that he procured. This is a very rough direction from the city. We don't know what form the infrastructure takes, but it should be obvious. You're all capable enough that you should be able to find it and, well, perhaps not repair it from there, but give us information on it so that we might figure out how to repair it. I must wish you the best of days. As he sort of, admittedly, Tullus is probably standing closest to him still, as he hands you the diagram and begins to take off down the street. Just a casual walk.
Tullus is just going to get on his phone and actually start communicating with his sister, letting her know of everything and how they might have to be on the move and be ready for it.
Cherry, she hasn't acted on it recently, but she does look down to her bullet wound. Maybe best to get this treated relatively soon.
Oh, you're injured. What happened? What happened there? I've never seen a wound like that.
This is... She thinks on how to explain a bullet wound to someone.
Somebody shot her.
This is a wound from a gun, which is a high velocity projectile weapon based on gunpowder, which is an explosive. Sorry.
Oh, so it was like you were pierced.
That is a term you could use, yes.
How bad is it looking at it with life sight?
It's 5 lethal. She's not taking health penalties right now, and she doesn't have a condition, but she's not taking wound penalties, but it is 5 lethal for 1 wound, so you know.
That's pretty gnarly. I can start whittling away at it. I can't do the whole thing all at once. That's too much potency.
Do you have 3 life?
I do.
What?
I just got it. I mean, I could do something, but it's not for certain eyes to see.
Indeed, I believe. Indeed, I believe that. I believe. What terms do you use for different people in relation to your magic?
That's an excellent question. I would need to look that up.
I don't, because she has terms, and you would find those terms in the Mage book. You probably have different terms.
They just refer to each other as the people.
Let's see. I can look it up really quick.
I'm sorry. It doesn't really matter.
It's not a huge deal, yeah. But I'm sure there are words. I just can't think of it right now.
Well, he's poking at that. Does Drew or Stahl have anything to say? Or do? Or internally monologue, I don't know.
Yeah, I was going to say Drew's lost in his thoughts, but it's kind of clear to him that this needs to get handled, and needs to get handled quickly, or a whole bunch of unnatural, unscheduled deaths are going to happen.
I'm probably gonna whisper to Titus.
Go
I
on.
need more names. I'll drop a list eventually, but for now I'm sticking with Titus.
I find it funny because that's just a mixture of Vitus's name and Tullis's name.
I don't know what I'm gonna do with your sister.
You could go
but
like Tolana or something.
anyway, I'm not sure how much more use you're gonna get out of me this night. I don't exactly have a whole lot of power left in me.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you look a little banged up. Do you have a way to take care of that, or do you need to, like, go somewhere? Once again, I'm not super familiar with the supernatural.
Some sort of radiation would help.
Kind of look over the group. Anybody know where we could find a nuclear reactor? We got 12 hours to kill.
Do not know what that is. Also, I don't think there's a specific word they use, just sleepers.
Cherry would be, the Rose would be what you would consider a sleeper, I believe.
Anyone not affected by a different template beyond mortal is a sleeper. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Hunter doesn't count as a different template for this purpose. Even though it technically affects her integrity, but
Alright. Well, she's the only true mortal here, right?
yeah.
Pretty sure. Well, as long as she goes away or averts her gaze, I could work.
So
She turns around. I mean, she knows that, magic's a thing. She knows how mages work. She's a hunter.
Yeah.
Even though not the typical hunter, but...
Yes.
Alright, so if there's no pressing need, I can do it as a ritual cast. That way.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, you are still in the middle of the street.
We are still in the middle of the street. That's true. Out in the open. Okay. So then, instant cast it is, because other people might be watching. Let's go around the corner. Somewhere more isolated. Where is it? There it is. I
So
had to find it.
no nuclear reactors.
If you explain what it is, then yes.
If no one else has an answer, I can give him an answer.
Because the
I
answer to your
suppose-
question is yes. but you have to explain it.
Well, as I don't think,
give big boo boos.
the thing is I have a certain ability, so I'm going to use my once per chapter ability of superhuman intelligence, and if you'll allow me, Gandhi. Hey.
Let me go directly read it. Superhuman. I vaguely remember what it does. You just bring in knowledge or something like that.
Yeah. Is there there's a nuclear reactor approximately. There's a nuclear reactor. I believe there was a nuclear reactor that at some point broke down on somewhere around the south of the city, and not very far from here. You can tell me where it is, but it is not very heavily guarded. Though you may run into the occasional vagrant, and it is not commonly traversed given the radiation threat.
I kind of look at Stahl and I was like, that'll work for you?
Yeah, that serves its purpose pretty well.
I just have this ability. I figured I should use it at some point.
Might as well. You got it.
Well, I would go with you, but not exactly sure how that works, and I'm quite honestly not willing to figure it out. But go take care of yourself. You really probably deserve the rest, honestly, knowing what my father put you through.
Yeah. I guess I just stumble my way in that direction, just wave, like, no.
Don't even give him a ride. Okay.
I mean, I guess.
You said it was, I was told it was a short distance, so I assumed walking distance. And plus...
Short distance outside the city. You're in the middle of the city.
I still, Tullus doesn't know how a radiation's gonna affect him.
You don't have to go.
Better way to find out.
And he doesn't want to find out. That
Would be a good thing to know.
That one secret is something that can stay secret from him.
All right. Well, I'm gonna cast Knit. One reach for instant, one reach for healing lethal per potency. I would do 2 potency, so that's -2 dice. Here we go. And I failed.
Ouch.
It fizzles out.
Yeah, I don't think there's a negative for failing, is there? Other than you
Not
just...
really. It's just a failed.
Yeah.
Unless you
It just means I'm
dramatically
gonna-
fail.
But I'm not gonna. Because I don't wanna.
You should just get forces. It's like life, but for me, just...
I have forces. I
Yeah,
have forces 4. I told you the answer is yes if you explain it.
Oh,
Yeah,
wait.
Sicky rays that give you boo-boos,
Wait, Cherry probably could have just explained that. But I don't think she realized you have forces. Wait, no, you did stop the rain.
The Neolithic Rain Man.
Yeah,
I did say Stormcaller, Stormbringer, whatever.
And also, I'm not entirely sure of how to explain nuclear fusion to somebody from the Neolithic age.
Yeah, exactly. So it would have been.
Wait, hold on. Actually, wait, Cherry, stop. Are you aware of what radiation is? She looks over.
I am unsure of this word.
Radiation refers to several different phenomena. Generally is somehow generally energy somehow produced from radioactive things. So the most common terms refer to gamma radiation, which is a type of light, I suppose you would say. They have a type very far into the ultraviolet.
While she's explaining, I'm going to cast it again because there's no real downside. Hey, so you heal for 2 lethal. Well, as
Hold on, let me look up the Wikipedia page for radiation.
well, I noticed.
Even radiation forces?
Huh?
Yeah.
Radiation is the emission or transmission of energy in the form of waves or particles through space, or through a material medium. This includes electromagnetic radiation, such as radio waves, microwaves, infrared, visible light, ultraviolet, X-rays, and gamma radiation.
If it's
Particle
energy,
radiation.
then it's forces.
I know that. This is just Cherry. Cherry talks like reading off of Wikipedia.
Well, unless anyone is stopping Stahl, he's, I guess, going off on his little adventure to go hug a reactor.
How's he gonna get in?
I'm just gonna punch it, just poof, and then everything explodes.
I think I mentioned that it was an already broken down reactor,
And that it was unguarded.
Yeah.
All the important stuff. Okay. I mean, I could probably think of a way that he could figure it out. He did look at the group with Mage Sight, and since Forces is automatic with Mage Sight, I probably would have seen some energy leaking off of him.
Probably, yeah.
And maybe deduced that he needed that for something. But he's walking away.
I do my best unsupervised.
Where's your friend going?
He requires a type of energy that is relatively rare in these instances, and he is going to acquire it to recharge himself, I suppose, is the best way to phrase it.
Oh. Is that the stuff he's been leaking?
Please.
He has like this air around him of bad energy. Bad juju.
You actually see a look of concern come over Tullis's face. Don't ever use the phrase leaking when you're talking about the term radiation. There have been incidents with that, and it causes untold death and destruction, and if he is leaking it, he needs to get that fixed, immediately. However he fixes that.
How does he fix that?
Tell us, once again, I don't know much about any of this Ooga Booga stuff.
I mean, if he just needs to put more of that stuff in, I might be able to figure it out, but if he has a way to do it himself, then there's no reason for me to try.
I kind of shout out, Stahl. Fur guy here says that he might be able to help you.
Poor guy.
I guess I sort of backtrack.
Might be a bit quicker than walking there, Of course, he could just be Nutter Butter.
Yeah, I don't see exactly how a caveman can help me here.
Well, it seems all you need is to put whatever is leaking back inside. Oh wait, you said not that word. Bad energy needs to go back in. I can manipulate energy like that, although I've never done that before, but if it's energy, then I can do what I want with it. Alright, so let's see if I can figure this out. I have transform energy, so I can turn something else into good juju for him, bad juju for us. Let's see.
Just find a stone and turn it into a solid rock of your...
That sounds like matter. Yeah.
Forces.
Well, all he really needs is a street light, honestly, to just
Yeah.
turn the light.
A light or a fire, any kind of energy. Sound, you'll scream at him and it'll heal him.
He's gonna scream radiation. That sounds like a bad idea.
Yeah.
Or an amazing idea.
Are there any sources of energy nearby?
You're in a city. There are streetlights. There are
Plenty everywhere.
yes.
All right. So we'll try with this is putting off some workable energy. Go stand under this light.
So, we will need something that has like a power of an intensity of 4 or higher. Because like below that takes hours, days, and weeks for 3211.
I don't know if there are specific rules for this.
There is.
And they're really bad.
No, I know there's rules for radiation. I'm asking if there are specific rules for... If there
Yep.
are specific ones.
In Promethean, it talks about how much each thing puts off in electricity power. Yeah, it does.
Really? There's like specific rules for converting in
Well, converting would just be a 1-to-1,
I suppose.
but it definitely gives you the certain strengths of different things. Let's see.
I was
here.
just asking if there are rules for mages converting things into radiation.
Well,
Sounds like
that's just under transform energy. Forces 4. Not only can I change what type of energy, I can change the intensity of said energy.
I suppose.
Let's see.
I won't want to be standing underneath that light, though.
Yeah, like at intensity 4 and 5, it's basically ground zero. So
Jerry
People
will
should
step
probably-
back from the radiation thing.
Well, how much?
Which
I don't know how much you need, though. How much do you heal?
The rules are really dumb for healing via radiation. It's basically they heal as much as normal people would hurt from it. Which means that basically it's based on intervals.
Yeah, so
it's a lot harder than normal Prometheans.
Yeah.
essentially what I'll say.
I have 2 ideas. Go ahead.
Using convert or transform energy. You can transform the light, the electricity there. I'm just going to go off of how much electricity it's eating, so how much damage it would take.
Mhm.
You can convert it directly into radiation, sure. The intensity of the radiation, I guess, would be potency. Admittedly. Potency or successes, I don't know.
It's usually potency.
Then I'd say potency. So if you can get a potency 4 to get him to heal in minute intervals, or a potency 3 for hours.
Yeah, that leads me
5 turns.
that leads me to the second idea I had. So I know normal Prometheans, they heal with electricity, and lightning will pretty much instantly heal them. I have Thunderbolt and
that's not-
transform energy.
Oh no, we're mixing spells. Here comes the paradox. Oh no.
A Thunderbolt of radiation.
I mean, I guess you do have patterning.
How, I don't know how mixing spells works.
I think he can do dumb stuff with. He can do
Yes.
dumb stuff because he can make certain energy have the properties of other energy. It's dumb.
He's tried this
Guys,
once before and it caused issues.
Did it? I don't remember. I have no recollection of this.
Yeah, you gave all-seeing eyes to one of your squad mates and made them freak out.
Oh, that. That's only because I didn't contain the paradox that time.
Okay, so to cast a combined spell, the mage's base dice pool is from Gnosis plus the lowest arcana of the spell's cast.
Since they're both
Suffers
the
a
same arcana, it'll be the same.
-2 for each spell over the first.
So just be a -2 for combining two spells. It'd be the normal dice pool because they're both forces 4. What else? Reach would be instant reach. It would have to be touch because, you know, gotta be right there. But I have a contingency for that. I got forces armor that'll protect me from environmental tilts, which I will definitely cause in the immediate vicinity for a short time.
I'm told about this because once again, I don't know how it'll affect a Geist or a Ghoul, and I really think we need to get the hell out of here if this is
Let's
going.
find out together, friends. Radiation.
I know how it'll affect Cherry, and I know how it'll affect Rose, so they're getting out of there.
Honestly, if you're not getting out of there after the mage is like, I can fix you, I gotta put your radiation back in you. I don't know what to tell you.
Fair enough.
Cherry is leaving. Cherry is grabbing Rose and leaving.
Tullus is following.
Come on, guys, get juiced with me.
All right. So I think I'm just.
I guess it's just a -2. Plus the lowest arcanum, so I guess it'll be your Gnosis +3? No, they're both 4.
They're both 4, yeah.
Deals lethal damage equal to its potency.
And you've only gotten lethal damage, right?
I have 3 lethal, I think.
So I guess just you'll heal the
4
amount
lethal.
that's your potency.
If I did a reach that dealt aggravated damage, even though he only has lethal, what would that do?
I don't know.
This is getting worse and worse. Like he's progressively adding more onto the spell, and
I'm curious now. Sorry.
I don't think he would heal. I think he'd hit max out healing. I think it would just. I think it just. I think it would.
I would say it gives him an extra Pyros per point.
I'm just trying to see which is the most efficient. I think lethal should be fine.
I mean, he would love the extra Pyros.
Is he low on Pyros? It'll cost me a mana.
I don't think you need to bother.
He's shaking his head. Yes. In other words, he's out. He is out of Pyros, probably.
All right, I'll spend a mana for you to replenish what you've been leaking. All right, let's go. Submit. Hey, 3 successes. So that's because it was aggravated. Kaboom! By the way.
So I'm healed now, right?
With radiation.
Yes, I thunderbolted him with radiation. Yes,
So by default, it's potency 1, right?
yes, but I did it to aggravated damage.
Okay, so it's heals an aggravated, and you regen 2 Pyros.
He only has lethal, though, so how are you going to convert that?
Heal a lethal.
Will
What?
it heal all of the lethal or just one? Or
Just one, I think.
It would just heal 1 box, because you're only doing 1 box of damage.
gotcha. All right, I could do 1 more, but no aggravated, and an extra potency. So that'd be -4 dice, and another boom, and a success. You're fully healed.
So, yeah, another 2 points of healed damage and 2 points of Pyros.
So that's a total of 4 Pyros back.
And with my forces mage armor up, I'll walk away. Still up, I should say. Because that's bad juju. Well, I've never done that before. That was interesting. I don't know how you live off this stuff. Seems like it would kill most people. Although, I guess you're not technically alive? Since nobody else is here, I can have this conversation.
Well, yeah,
You are a strange one. You are alive, but you're not made of living things. Very confusing.
it's plenty confusing to me too. I mean, I just woke up someday. No, and the very thing that fuels me killed everyone else on the planet, so.
When you awoke, did you see a being made of fire floating above you?
No, what's that?
I don't know. I was not too long ago before we all met up. I was following this thing made of fire, incredibly old, I could tell, and it went into this place, did something, and then there was someone like you in there, and then he ran away.
How long ago was that? I might have since.
It was, and he looks up at is the sun still up?
Yeah, the sun has risen by now. It is day.
Oh, okay. It was before the sun, maybe. He kind of measures. If the sun was down there, points a little under the horizon. Wait, is the sun coming up or going down? It'd be going
Coming up. It's
Okay.
morning.
So it wasn't too long ago then.
Not very long ago, no.
Well, I might have sensed the Promethean you've seen earlier. Do you know where they went, or?
He ran into the forest. He's likely to get lost. Might wind up in the border marches somewhere. Hopefully not. I don't think he'll survive long there. Although from what that person said earlier, he may not survive long anywhere.
Yeah, that probably isn't our problem. Anyway. I think I've got all I need. Should we just meet up with everyone else again?
You're good? Okay. As long as you're good. Still gonna stand a little bit away from you because I don't know what that stuff is, but I know it's not good for me. I don't know how it's good for you. And yeah, I'm gonna go back and do some more healing on Cherry because she's not full health yet either. So that's what I'm going to be doing for the next bit.
Jerry can also just go to a hospital.
True. If you want to go to a hospital, that's your
No, she's
prerogative.
fine getting healing from magic, man. Weak.
Would you like me to roll every time, or is this going to take like?
I don't care.
Because I'm just going to keep going until it's done.
And realistically, we're going to be here for at least 12 hours.
12 hours. Yeah.
Yeah, there's plenty of time. But with this momentary pause, we will end here for tonight.
Next time, the party goes the fuck to bed.
Because sleeping is illegal in this state.
It's okay. I can go for a few more days, you know? I'm juiced up now.
Well, that was the other reason that I went for Life 3, because Knit will also let me it heals damage done by deprivation, charges the subject system as though she had received a full meal and plenty of water, and full night's rest, all that stuff, including regaining point of willpower.
In
If
other,
I do the reach for it.
in other words, Cherry's actually feeling good. She's ready to go.
What about? But
I
then there's
feel-
roads.
I feel bad about Kalmir.
Why? Because I'm spamming spells.
Well, that and you haven't really gotten any sort of rest. Everybody here has had at least some sort of rest.
Nothing's stopping me from casting it on myself.
All right.
Like
so
me just with bullshit.
They all are.
mages- That's just how it works.
Mages in general, yeah. Go ahead.
So, how is Drew doing?
Honestly, kind of glad to be rid of the dead weight on his arm, living weight on his arm. He's, I don't know. This is a really odd situation to find himself in. You know, he's kind of used to cracked worlds. You know, being somebody with experience with the underworld and whatnot. But it's finding something that's like this is a whole different situation that he doesn't have any experience with, really. So he's worried, but he sees an opportunity to do good with it. So he's eager to get started.
How are you doing? I know this session was kind of strange. Maybe rushed. I don't know, but
I mean, when the game's foundation is a shattered world, things are going to be a little bit strange. I'm doing well. I'm tired from work is all.
happens.
Yeah.
I understand.
It's good to be here, but I'm tired from work.
Kalmir.
Kalmir, he jumped from one dying place to another dying place. That's what he's feeling now. That's kind of toward his backstory, but yeah, I mean, he's getting to use his magic now. He still has to be careful because there's one sleeper that he has to worry about. It's all very confusing. Machine gods and supernaturals getting replaced or copied, and it's weird. This place is weird. And now we have to fix it, apparently.
You don't have to. I'm not making it. There's other things you could do. I don't know if you like the alternatives, but
Don't know what they are yet.
how are you doing as a player? How are you feeling with the campaign?
I'm doing pretty good. I got to cast some spells, yay. I'm sorry that it got kind of a little bogged down with complications with spells because they get weird. But I enjoyed it. Got a little bit of a Deus Ex Machina situation going on there. But, you know, it got the situation deemed it so. Which is fine. It got us all together, so now we can start moving as a group now, hopefully. Unless we decide to go somewhere else separately again. I'll try not to.
Happens. I fully expected, but I'm just setting the clock. Do what you want. I don't care. Jerry.
Cherry's having a time. Genuinely, the best way to describe what's happening in Cherry's mind is that she's processing everything that's happening and understands most of what's being said, and as such is in a very weird state of, well, What the fuck? Because I think she's the person here who is most able to actually understand what the fuck is going on. And that's leading to more questions, that's leading to more questions than answers. Whereas, she's also, she's feeling good. She's feeling better now that she's been healed and also randomly given sleep, though Rose has not been given sleep, so she's still concerned about Rose. Given magic sleep, so that's a thing.
Well, that's with reaches, by the way. If I decided to do a reach, you get that.
Ah, okay.
Are you? You don't have to do the reach.
I don't. It's fine. It was not requested.
Okay. And then she's still very tired, and she's concerned about Rose, and she wants. And the main thing is that she she wants to get her and Rose into beds, I suppose. Get to sleep. She wants them to get to sleep, and two, who she wants them to be able to talk for a bit, because she wants to be able to have she wants to be able to actually talk with Rose for a while, because she feels comfortable talking for once in quite a while, and she's not sure how long that will last. I suppose how I'm doing. I'm having fun. It was fun being able to see stuff happening. It was fun seeing the plot, start to go. It was fun actually using one of my powers instead of just using my variations to roll real high. Yeah, it was fun. I don't really know what else. I'm excited for being able to have scenes now that we're in the city and no longer running around wildly all the time.
For now.
We'll be able to have an actual scene in downtime. Imagine.
I learned from the best, Mr. Wyverian. Downtime's illegal.
Downtime's part of my character archetype.
Yeah, no, you got a day.
Yeah. Most of the day is going to be spent sleeping, but I can get one scene in there.
How's Stahl doing? I know I'm not doing a very good job of giving you communities to terrorize.
It's okay. You already gave me one. I just didn't terrorize them enough.
Good. I don't know what to do.
I tried to send him on an adventure to go terrorize something, but no.
You also tried to split the party.
No, get back here.
You were going all about a long time doing God's work over here, bringing the party back to you. Okay, go fix yourself. Get out of here. I don't want to look at you anymore.
Did that deliberately.
But how's Stahl doing?
He finally got some much needed juice. Kind of shocked that there's still stuff going on, Like usually this would be enough work for like a week, He wasn't really expecting to have to stay for longer. Yeah, I guess that's it.
How are you doing as a player, though?
Just caught another sickness right after I got over whatever I had last week.
I see. F.
Yeah. I'm gonna sleep a lot, and then hopefully I'll be better for next week.
Well, I wish you the best of luck in recovery.
Yep. Do what you gotta do.
I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, guys.
Dulles.
If Tullus actually thought he could have killed the driver, he probably would have attempted to. There were so many things that that driver blurted out that Tullus would have liked to keep quiet, but wasn't really in the position to put this guy out. So he's a little irritated. Having the specific splat, so to speak, revealed like that. But nothing he could have done to stop it. He also would have appreciated not being dropped off at his father's doorstep, because he realizes he's gonna get in trouble for this.
Hi, Dad.
Can always do what Vitus does with me. Blame me.
Tullus is not Vitus, though.
Just blame your sister. That's how siblings work.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's not here, though.
Doesn't matter. He's asleep. He doesn't know.
That's even better.
But yeah, honestly, he's just a little irritated by the way that went down, but, you know, nothing he could do. Nothing he could do or can do. So it is what it is. He'll adapt. That's what he does.
How are you doing? How are you feeling with the campaign?
I'm alive. No, the main thing I'm concerned about is how traveling is going to work when you have somebody that has to sleep half of a day. And obviously, the brother and the sister are not going to abandon their father in this particular situation. So I'm going to have 3 characters hanging around, so to speak. So my brain's getting ready to play 5D chess with itself.
I mean, the other people also need to sleep. Just, you know, have more flexible sleep schedules.
But yeah, getting ready to play 5D chess here.
Yeah, no, there's a couple things that I can do for you. I mean, you can take the easy solution. Just say give him like an RV. But
We're gonna steal that bus again, guys.
I don't think the boss
Nothing
is
to
gonna
offer
let you
it.
steal it.
Yeah, you gotta offer it something. It's a deal.
We'll leave that
Unless
out.
you have a way of getting a lot of essence. Listen to me.
Come on, just look into submission.
I don't think that's gonna be my friend.
But yeah, I'm just thinking about how that's gonna be handled. I did have a question, but now I've forgotten the question, so it wasn't that important. But how about this? How about we all turn the question on to Gandhi? How's Gandhi doing as a storyteller?
Yeah. I guess how are you feeling about the characters and stuff?
Well, I mean, I feel like I could have done that. Basically, just here's plot drop a little better. But you know what? I didn't care. I don't care. It's good enough. When you're dealing with things like the God Machine and demons, I mean, gotta be a little upfront about it.
Oh,
Gotta kind of
also-
accept things are gonna be kind of large scale pretty quickly. The fact the vampire needs to sleep is a concern, yes. One that can be handled,
Yeah.
I think.
I can do it.
Not yet.
Oh no, I don't like that. I don't like the sound of that.
What? Don't worry about it. I got plans.
Mages can definitely do it, but I don't think he can do it yet.
Let me look at how mages can affect day sleep. Hold on.
Well, I don't know about day sleep. That's that was, yeah, that's a question. Because transform energy, if I direct the sunlight away from him, then, or turn it into something else, he wouldn't burn. But I don't know about sleep.
Yeah, I think day sleep's its whole thing. I think you need mind or time for that.
And he's gonna and
It's complicated.
Yeah.
comforting.
Vitus is actually going to be blood potency 3 by the time he wakes up.
It's a very fulfilling sleep because of XP scale. Whatever.
I'm Mazoth 3 now, so
Nice.
yeah.
Really upping your ass off. Great idea.
All right,
Worse.
I'm gonna
Really
stop
good.
it right here.